I've recorded this so many times and I'm gonna start having inside jokes with the camera and myself. Try once more, let's try once again. The microphone was the other way around. I lost a tooth. Do not try to record some talking half an hour after a tooth extraction. It's not a pleasant experience. Yeah. At the beginning of this project, I thought this was going to be linear. I knew what I wanted to make and the outcome of it. I thought I knew what I wanted to make and the outcome of it. It all started at the beginning of this semester with the subject contested territories, which I pretty much wanted to take. I wanted to talk about the Galician culture and about Galicia, place where I'm from. That's the northwest of Spain. It's a territory that has two coexisting languages, that has had a tumultuous past. There's many parts in Europe and all around the globe. But I knew that I wanted to talk about the Civil War and how this affected this particular part of Spain. In order to do that, I wanted to make video, edit it, record people speaking in my language, do a painting. I wanted to do so much and I wanted to read so much. I don't have that time, and it's just only now that I realized how ambitious I was and how realistic I was about it. I wanted to tell a story, and then I started to think about the political implications of it. So to be able to talk in a linear way and not just like, I want to say this and I want to say that and I want to say that and I also want to show these and you know, all these important things, how can I convey all of them in my project, in my art project? I just can't. And that was something to learn along the way. Physical part of the project was not as hard to make, but I think it was hard to explain what I wanted and then to be able to talk to people about it. The minute that you have everything in your head, it seems that it makes sense, but the minute that you put it into words, that you try to explain it, it all becomes mush. So that was the biggest challenge. I wanted to talk about the Civil War and the effects that this had on the Galician people, on the Galician language, and I wanted to make it also a piece of art. I think even right now, I don't know exactly what was the message that I wanted to show. I feel it was too ambitious, that I wanted to tell too much with too little. Not that the Civil War or not that what I'm taking it from doesn't have much to say. I just think you cannot say that much with just art, at least with just one piece of art. I cherish my culture, and I think at the end all I wanted to say was to show how even after adversity, culture can thrive. But there is still many people that will want to erase it. We live in a globalized world that many languages are getting extinct every day, that we see languages, we see cultures as the higher or lesser. We judge, we see others as different and not as others in between. I think this is one of the theories that I loved the most, and the one that at the end helped me to see what was the message that I wanted to show. I wanted to talk about memory, I wanted to talk about Civil War, I wanted to talk about so much, and then I got lost. For a second I thought that I was not recording. And now for the fun part. I needed a small photograph, large. I decided to do a 2 m by 70. Therefore I needed to make that canvas, because they do not sell them in the usual store. I had to contact the workshop. They were quite busy at the time. That took out a lot of time from me that could be used painting. So I went there. That made me lose 1 week. When I went there, I realized that I actually also needed to go the next week because it needed some reinforcement. In the meantime, I went to a shop to find something that would help me for it to dry fast, because in no way I am using acrylics. I don't like them. Maybe I'm just being stubborn and I should start using them, but for the time being, I was going to use oils. I bought something on the shop that it's a mix of bee wax, linseed oil and double rectified turpentine. Marvelous. I had to try if it was actually going to work and being dry in time. So I tried it on. First day, not so good. Second day, it was dry. And the effect was gorgeous. When I had the painting, it needed to be prepared, so 3 coatings of my favorite primer. It's an off-white titanium buff. I don't know. Non-absorbent acrylic primer. do 3 layers of it, each one a bit thicker than the one before. Then did another layer with a mix of turpentine and raw umber. I use Winston & Newton. Quite like this one. It's very thin, very transparent. After that, I use a technique that I've used for many times. Do not have a projector, so I just use a grid. Grid plus maths equals the painting is there, and it's proportioned. Let's go plan how I want to paint these. Use a palette that works for the methods that I want. Scratch, brush, 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 brush. It's there. At the end, I had 3 days for the sides to be painted and dried, and I prayed to the gods of painting for it to actually be on time. So it was good enough. I just had to kindly leave the top and the bottom not painted. Who will notice is a 2-meter canvas. There is not that many people taller than 2. And the bottom, it was gonna be covered. So just had to cover it, bucket ready, and we were on for the exhibition. My friend's brother and partner came with me to see it, and it was cool. It was really nice. Did not enjoy much the lighting, but for the rest, it was an awesome time. The curators made an amazing job. Like, even the lighting it was odd because also the space was odd and there were so many different people with different needs for it. I did love how the red was at the back. I think Tate's work was really cool on it. I sadly did not record my favorite piece of the exhibition. All the pieces were amazing. It was a pleasure to be there. This was my first exhibition in the UK and I was really, really anxious. My social anxiety was here and my vision was not there. All went well and overall happy to have taken this subject and excited for the future, to be honest. I want to develop more into this line of work and I want to focus right now more on the video part of it that I did not have the time to make. I really love found footage and to mix and match and to reappropriate and reconstruct. So that's a project for the future. For now, bye.